am Alexandria. I'm with Heart Saver ATL, and this is how to make 3K in 30 days in creating your CPR business. So I'm basically going to tell my story on like how I basically started this company, Heart Saver. Been doing it for about 6 years or more, really. I got to really count back. So I think it's really been since 2016, so that's longer than that. But this has definitely been extra income for me. If a little bit about me, I am a former neurotech. I was a neurotech for about 10 years, and I also, while I was a neurotech, I also did CPR on the side. So I was kind of like the go-to in any hospital I worked for CPR instructor. So moving fast forward, I'm able to train instructors now. So people who are nurses or techs, if you're a neurotech, if you are a nurse practitioner or anything that's where you want to have extra to do, I feel like this is definitely a good opportunity. Even a warehouse worker, and the age is 17 up, so someone 17 can actually be an instructor as well. So here's my promise to you: you will discover a step-by-step way to make at least 3K per month with a certified new skill that is in high demand. My why on becoming a trainer. So, my son, I have a baby boy. His name is Frederick, and he had for the first 2 years of his life, he was sick. He had a lot of mucus and chronic ear infections and all of that. So I couldn't work full time as a tech. So I had to come up with a supplemental income on the side, which was Heart Saver Academy, and basically my hours are cut short. I had to find a way to make more money and work less. So why not start a business like this? And it's still a skill that's in high demand. And actually during COVID, I actually made really good money too, because people were entering the healthcare field because they needed more workers. So I would do a lot of virtual certifications too. I discovered this new skill, CPR, through a friend. I remember because she was the nurse, and she was doing it full time. Actually, she stopped nursing and she was doing this, and she was teaching some other things. But she said her CPR was her favorite because literally you could do one big class and come out with maybe 1,200 to 1,500, depending on, or more, depending on like that class. So really, that 3K is like the low scale. If you actually attack this and you can actually go and get contracts, you will actually make way more than that. That's kind of like the low scale of you just doing it on the side and you're telling people, hey, I am a CPR instructor, and you're getting trickling business. So you really can make way more money if you get those bigger classes and you get those bigger contracts. So the reason why I actually really wanted to do this, I never met my granddad. He died of a heart attack, and I tied it in with helping others, which I felt was a part of my life purpose. So helping others is something that I do in my current business as well, in home care. So this ties right along with that, helping people to save others' lives due to a cardiac arrest. I was able to make more supplemental income and be at home with my son. Well, sons. I have 3 sons, and I made more money in less time. So like today, like I think this week I certified maybe 3 people this week. Now that I train instructors, that's something that's major as well. I think you could become an instructor trainer after 5 years, which will give you more income, but you have to start here. So I wanted to be able to help people do the same thing. How to become a certified CPR instructor without any prior knowledge or experience. So I am offering a course that will certify you, which is the American Heart Association. And I used to be an ASHI instructor, which I still am, which, they offer pet CPR. They offer CPR for babysitters. They have all kind of different certifications. So that could be along with the American Heart, because the American Heart is what every medical provider needs, BLS. I just in case someone wants to ask, I don't do ACLS just yet, but if you become a BLS instructor and you want to, yes, huh? No, I'm busy. I'm busy. I'm working. Don't worry about what. Anyhow, so you could become a CPR instructor, and you will be able to run your own CPR training school from home. So basically, when you pay your fee to become an instructor, which we'll go over at the end, you'll get a course from American Heart within 24 hours online that you do, and then the other part, you will meet me out to do the hands-on. And if you're out of town, we'll do a hands-on version via Zoom. So when you get when you get your first dummy, we'll just retrace those tracks. But in order for you to go ahead and get the certification, you do the online part, which is self-paced, which is not like extremely long, and then we do the Zoom or in-person classroom setup, and I have to make sure you retain the information in that video. So this is a perfect side hustle, or it can be done full time according to your schedule and what your income goals are. Like some people may add, phlebotomy onto this. Some people may add, specimen collection. So this is something that you literally can start with the CPR, and you can add other entities onto it. Due to the increase of the need of healthcare workers all over, the need for CPR went up as well. 43K healthcare jobs were created during COVID-19, which required for new workers to enter to be CPR certified. This is where you can come into play. I've had an increase in CPR classes offered virtually due to social distancing. Had more calls than I could handle. I realized the skill will always be in demand, which led me to become an instructor trainer. Why is CPR important? Cardiac pulmonary resuscitation helps keep blood and oxygen flowing and dramatically increases the chances of survival in those who suffer a cardiac arrest. According to the CDC, heart disease is the leading cause of the death in the U.S., claiming the lives of more than 600,000 people each year. Like I said, I never met my grandfather. He died of a cardiac arrest. I wish someone would have learned CPR, but this is why I'm doing this. This is one of my instructors. This is Danny Parks. She is actually in Augusta, Georgia. I actually went out there to train her because this is someone that's close to my family. She's one of my cousins, and she actually works over at a church and at a college. So this is something that now she is the go-to person for the church and for the school, and she can create that extra income and just let people know, hey, I train CPR. That is her testimony right there. So, how to turn your new skill into a business. So, you'll need a name for your business. You'll need an LLC, which I have. I actually have a partnership with iFile, which you can do all of that through a system online to get your LLC and all that. Because you want to make it a real business. You don't want to do it as like you're doing it by yourself with no business entity. Because guess what? When you buy those dummies, when you travel to those classes, you're able to write those things off. And this is instrumental for people who are independent contractors, nurses who make a good amount of money. This is something that you can actually write off on your taxes, showing that, hey, I do have a small business. And you can also apply for grants. You can apply to be minority certified as well. And, hey, this is real. This is a real thing. And eventually, after those 5 years, you can actually become an instructor trainer. But like I said, this is something that you can add. You can add a few pillars to versus just only doing CPR website. And you just tell people what you do. So you'll have a LLC. You need a name for a business. You need to create an LLC. You need to do a website. Tell people what you do. And I do have a mini masterclass on how to get classes. So once you become an instructor, I can help you with the mini courses that I've created for you to become an instructor. So I got a lot of great feedback. Just created that master class because I had a lot of people asking me, how do you get booked? Job pay versus CPR class pay. Most people are making $500 to $1,000 per week on their jobs, 40 hours a week, 40 days. So, as you know, of course, that's something that we all do. But here's versus CPR. 3 days per week for classes, 5 times at 100. 5 people at $100 per person. You can $1,500 per week with only 3 days of work. So that should show you, like, if it just depends on how many classes you do with how many people. And like I said, if you're already in the medical field, this is a no-brainer for you. And now, let me mention, they also have big CPR training schools. They also have big CPR training schools that actually look for other instructors like yourself to work with them, because guess what? They need people to train to teach these classes. So yes, they do offer hourly. It's not like you're training your own people, but for you to start out, you can work for those companies. You'll still be independent, and they'll pay you outright. That way, you can still get the experience. Like me, I do have instructors who work with me. You'll be, if you're in Atlanta, you will be a part of Heart Saver as an independent person. And hey, if I can't do a class, I'm gonna send it to you. Just wanted to mention that. So this is a way to sell out your classes, spending less than an hour a day on marketing: Google pay-per-click, word of mouth, Facebook ad, newspaper ad, Facebook marketplace, churches, gyms, daycares, set up booths, DMing on IG, messengers, flyers, hire an ad agency, or learn yourself. Once again, I have a ebook on how to get more classes. I also have a mini masterclass that I just put out, which is only $100. Like, so I literally have all of the tools that you need. Who is this for? This is for warehouse workers, security personnel, medical assistants, secretary, nurses, nursing assistants, home health aides, restaurant workers, and store associations, teachers. Everybody. You know, everybody. If you have a college student, this is perfect for them. They could be the go-to on college campus. So that's just how to become a CPR instructor through me in a nutshell. As you can see, you don't really need to have that many classes to even make that 3K. And you could actually supersede that with just the amount of grit you have and work ethic. And like I said, you'll have to put money into pay ads and all that good stuff. But there is different strategies where you can make more money. So that is the message. I think I need to stop sharing my screen. But yeah, I think that is it. Do you have any questions, Angie? I know you're on here. Do you have any questions?
I don't know if I missed it or if you talked about how much does it cost to become an instructor.
So it's $375 until the first, because usually the price is $400. But anybody that's once I send the replay out to everybody, if they want to do $375. That's what it is right now. After the first, it'll be back at $400.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, I thank you guys for joining, and thank you, Angie, for that question. And I will send this link out to everybody who missed it. All right, y'all have a good one.
All right, bye.
Bye.